Hello, amazing people, and happy Sunday. I'm excited to do this pop up show today. I'm opening up the phone lines. Absolutely. Let's open them phone lines up. Yes, baby, we're gonna get it popping up in here. I definitely miss doing my talk show and allowing people to call in and things like that. I miss it so much. I really do. Um I feel like when the news broke about Deion Sanders, I feel like a lot of the things that I read um were very disheartening. Um I didn't I didn't understand why the black community was responding the way they were responding, calling him a sellout, you know saying he was basically supposed to help the black schools and things like that. And I'm reading that, and I'm seeing I've seen a lot of myself, and I've seen a lot of the people that vent to me about these kind of things in these comments, on these posts. And I'm just sitting up here like, what did people want Dion to do that he didn't already do? um he already poured a lot, into that position he was in. But people, what's so crazy? People overlook what you do. People overlook what you do from your heart. People overlook how you go in your own pocket. They will forget all of that, and they will try to highlight something bad about you. And my thing is like, what did people want him to do that he didn't already do? And why does one person always have to, carry the weight by themselves? Why aren't all of us as the black community stepping up and helping, these leaders that God that God blessed, to be able to stand on the forefront? Why aren't we helping these people? That's what I want to know, because the black community has pissed me off today. They have definitely pissed me off. This man, did y'all know that his office had, well, a lot of people did know, but some people did not know that they robbed his office while he was on out there coaching. If somebody robs you, right, are you gonna have the same energy after you was robbed? Just listen, if you come into the forefront and you trying to help somebody do something, and in return you get robbed, your name gets dragged through the dirt, and you getting torn down, are you going to have the same energy towards that situation like you did when you begun? No. And I don't understand why us black people do that. Let's stop sitting up here fronting and fronting like we wouldn't have took a position that is equivalent to our worth. Why can't we be paid what we're worth? Why we expected to do everything for free, give information away for free? We're just expected to do it for free. While the other people in the black community go and spend their money in with white people, with Chinese people, with Indian people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Why are we always expected to be at the bottom? And give our all for pennies and nothing. Why? I'm not saying sell out your people for money. I don't feel like that's what happened here. That's not what happened. And there's so many people that do that in the black community, don't even speak on them. Don't even speak on them at all. Don't even speak on them at all. But this really, like, I could relate to something like this. I can relate to how people will never highlight the good you've done, what you've done for the community. They want to talk, they want to take something and make it bad and make it like you're a bad person and you a sellout, when you done poured your heart, sweat, and tears into a community that won't pour its heart, sweat, and tears back into you. It's not doing that. It's not doing that. And a lot of us know the black community ain't moving like that. We don't even support each other. So what are we sitting up talking about? This man bought uniforms for that team out of his money. What we talking about? Oh, y'all forgot that. Y'all forgot that. Y'all just expected this man to serve what the rest of his life, pouring into the black community, the same black community that probably robbed his office, the same black community that was talking about him like a dog. Where was his support when he stood on the front line trying to pour back into the young men in the Black community? Where was the young men's, where was their family members at? Their families members are only the ones obligated to pour back into them. Deion Sanders wasn't obligated to pour into anybody. He wasn't obligated to do anything. He was called for a time like this and he answered the call. He didn't even have to answer the call. He is who he is. He didn't have to answer the call. None of us have to answer the call. None of us have to answer the call. Like let's be real. Our ancestors have, put their lives on the line and everything else on the line for us. And every day we're disrespecting what they've done. They fought for us to vote. A lot of the Black community doesn't even vote. And our ancestors fought for us to vote. Y'all don't even respect what the ancestors did. Y'all don't even respect what the slaves did. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Exactly, Marcella. It's enough successful Black people to continue where he. Why do we put that weight on one Black man's shoulders? Why do we put that weight on one Black person? Why do we do that? When we should all be coming together, trying to support and trying to help. Was anybody donating any money to help him get everybody new uniforms? I want to see by a raise of hands, baby. Who poured in and helped them get new uniforms? I just want to see. But y'all, I don't get it. Vita voting hasn't worked. I'm so tired of hearing them excuses. Voting hasn't worked. People ain't getting out and voting. Our people don't vote. You know how many people I talked to that didn't vote? That did not vote? There was people that ran for office that should have won, should have got voted in. Really care about our people. They didn't get voted in though. Because our people we don't be voted. I'm just saying. I'm just saying when it could be one person standing on the front line for something and all the other Black people just look at them like they crazy, won't help, won't donate, won't nothing. Won't nothing. But we expect, that's why I wrote the post I wrote. Like people don't understand when you have a big heart and you trying to make a difference in the Black community and it's disrespected, it's unappreciated. And while you trying to set up here and pour into the Black community and make it better, you suffering. You suffering. Ain't nobody's office get robbed but his. And then I read that his son's car got vandalized. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But people that don't stand on the front line will never ever understand. They will never ever understand. Never understand. Marcella, our people need to be accountable for their actions and stop placing blame on one individual, especially when they are standing alone. Marcella, you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful when they are standing alone. Because baby, when you get that call, it ain't no whole bunch of people that's coming to help you. Ain't no whole bunch of people. Nobody. Nobody. When I say that hurt my heart to see people do that, when everything that Deion did, he didn't have to do. He did not have to do. He chose to do it from his heart. Where was everybody else at? It's wrong for us to do that to people. It's wrong. If we were more educated, we would help those people that God told to stand on the front line and to make a difference. We ain't even helping them. We ain't even helping them. We ain't even helping them. How about that? When do we support each other? This is the question I wanted to post earlier. I didn't post it. Black women. Black women that are so down for other Black women, protecting other Black women, feminists, all that. Why do y'all still shop at Korean beauty supply stores and y'all don't shop at the Black beauty supply stores? Did y'all hear me? Or y'all didn't hear me? I'm asking, did y'all hear me? Why or Korean beauty supply stores making 10 times the money that a black owned beauty supply store is. But y'all are so for the culture. I'm asking. I'm asking. But y'all so for the culture. So for black businesses, this, that, and the third. Our money don't circulate in the black community. Like our black dollar circulates more other communities than do our community. Why is that? Why is that? Teddy, that Deion ain't sell nobody out. Teddy, what did you do for the young black men in the community? What did you do for that team? What have you done? The main people sitting up talking about he a sellout ain't did a damn thing. How was he a sellout? What did you do though? That's what I'm asking. What did you do? Promise he was gonna make them boys and the men for years to come. Then when that check, no what it wasn't about. First of all, there's a few players that are going with him. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to negotiate that. But you have ignorant black people like that sitting up talking about he's a sellout. Okay, Teddy, what did you do? What did you do for the young boys on that team? What did you do? Did you make a donation to get new uniforms for them? What I mean, what kind of contribution did you do for you to come to the table and say he's a sellout? Just answer me that. What did you do? What did you do? I want to hear this. Because the people that don't do nothing got the most to say. And the people that ain't doing nothing got the most to say. The most to say. And you ain't did nothing. And you ain't did nothing. First of all, who's Teddy, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna do you one better, baby. Call in. I'm gonna do you one better. Call in. Because when did you hear me sit up here and try to make other black men look like something to make Deion look like a saint? All I'm saying is the truth. And the truth is the truth. The man has paid his dues. People, y'all don't understand. People do things that they don't have to do. He didn't have to negotiate for players to go with him. He didn't have to do that. But he did. But he did. And that's not even good enough. That's not even good enough. The call-in number's on the screen. The call-in number's on the screen. The call-in number's on the screen. Because it's always the people that ain't do nothing that got the most to say. They got the most to say. The call-in number's on the screen now. Marcella, my granny said the empty wagons make the most baby, the most noise. The most noise. The most noise. But the line is open now. Rami, I'm not trying. I ain't trying to hear that. What did you do? What did you do? Did any of your hard-earned money go to our young men in the community? That's what I want to know. Oh, I got time, baby. Oh, I got time. I promise you. The phone line been open. It been open. My phone ain't ring yet. Right, Malachi. They overlooking that. They overlooking he been there for 3 years. And look what he did in 3 years. What do y'all want the man to do? Part the Red Sea? Enough. I'm telling you, nothing is good enough. And it's our community. We can't, Teddy, I'm waiting for you to call in, Teddy Smith. I'm waiting for you to call in. That's what I'm waiting for you to do. You ain't called in yet. My phone ain't rung yet. It ain't rung yet. It ain't rung yet. Right. Everything that he did don't count for nothing. It's not only him though. It's in this community, period. Baby, I'm not even going to get on school teachers. I'm not even going to talk about school teachers and how they so disrespected. What, are we going to talk about that? How they so disrespected? How they so underpaid? Do you know how many teachers I had cry to me, men and women? They can't even stay afloat. Baby, teachers, educators should be top paid. They should be top paid for teaching our children. They're the least paid. They're struggling. Phone line ain't wrong yet, baby. Phone line ain't the let me put this number back up here real quick because I don't want nobody to feel like they don't got the number. That's the number. Teddy, that's the number. Teddy, don't sit in my comments and be that way. And you can't show up on this phone line and call. Don't do that, Teddy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't sit in my comments and say that man's a sellout. And you ain't did nothing in the community. Oh, okay. All right. That's it. Hello.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
I'm good. So, I'm actually an HBCU student myself.
Okay. Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yes, Queen. How are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I had somebody on. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had somebody on the line. Hold on. Okay, hold up. There you go. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm sorry. Did I click in by accident?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. The phone started blowing up, but go ahead.
I won't be on too long. But first things first, shout out to HBCU. I'm actually a grad student at Southern.
Okay, awesome.
You know, so Jackson State's been around since I've been a college student. So first things first, I'm gonna talk from both the person who's been around football all my life, and then I'm talking to somebody as a black man in the black community.
Okay.
So of course, Coach Sanders has gone on to coach at Colorado. So let me explain some of those, especially those who see this more of a maybe an emotional standpoint. Let me talk to y'all real from the football industry. And within college football coaching, the college football coaching industry, the market is very rarely ever wrong. And what I mean by that is this: the best coaches get the best job, no matter what. Coach Sanders did as good a job as you can do at, because like I said, HBCUs are by inherent, they're smaller schools. And when you're coaching at smaller schools, you have to be almost perfect in order to get, how can I say, looks from bigger schools. So the thing is with Coach Sanders, right? His dream and his goal, from what I can tell, is to coach at a major university. And while he did do a good job at Jackson, what I need people to understand is this: even though he did do a great job at Jackson, he still wants to coach a major college football, but that's going to require him to prove himself at a bigger university. So what I'm leading at is this: for him to really get the kind of job he really wants, he has to leave. He has to leave. He had no other. The thing is, what he did at Jackson, especially at a program like Jackson State that struggled for so long, what he's done there is nothing short of God's work. And I want people to understand is this: when it all comes down to it, college football is an industry, no matter what. And the thing is, even though he did a good job at Jackson, for him to get a better job, he'll have to prove himself at a bigger school. Now, Colorado's no powerhouse. Anyone who watches college football can tell you that. But the thing is, what I need people to understand is this: if he can go there and revitalize that program, then that's going to help him finally land his dream job. And I support that fully. Okay. And now I'm going to go into, as far as this whole him, quote unquote, deserting the black community. Deion Sanders didn't desert anything. He didn't desert the black. He didn't desert black people. He just left Jackson State. Right. And what I need for a lot of people to understand, especially those within the black community, I'm sure a lot of us go to homecoming at these HBCUs every single year. And listen to me carefully now. You want to know where all the money for these HBCUs is at? You want to know why these HBCUs, some of them look not up to par, some of them look, they don't look that great. The money is with the alumni who come to these homecoming, come to these festivities, come to all these other things. And they're, and not to pocket watch anybody at all. I was never taught to pocket watch.
Right.
The money is with these people who have these nice cars, clothes. They come back to homecoming to show off how well they've done as Black graduates, which is beautiful. But the thing is, man, and I'm pretty sure we and you on the same page. If Black people truly want change within these HBCUs, they got to change within themselves. They got to be willing to give back to the community and build it up from the ground up.
Absolutely.
Not to come back to start.
Right. Exactly. And I've seen that. I've seen that a lot. And I know you're telling the truth. But my thing is, don't put this whole thing on Deion though. This is a Black community as a whole. We gotta stop trying to put it on one man or one woman and placing the blame. We gotta stop doing that, because if you see that, Deion came here to try to, make a difference. You see what I'm saying? Why not help him? Why not put the money behind him then? That's all I'm saying. Why did he have to take out his own pocket to get, new uniforms and stuff like that? We could have came together as a whole. The alumni could have came together as a whole and backed him more than they did.
Well, that's the thing, man. I'm sure you heard about the incident where he got mad at the administration about the players not having names on the back of their jerseys. And also the other incident, yeah, I'm gonna put it to you mildly. Once you, like I said, I went to both undergrad and as a graduate at HBCU, and I can tell you there's things going on around there that, to put it quite mildly, would probably you talk about white supremacy, but I see things around the HBCU that'll make you, I'll put it to you like this: the problem is just outward; it's inward.
Yeah,
it's within us as well. And like I said before, Coach Prime came back and he established a blueprint for Jack State to follow, not only have a better football program, but be better for their student athletes and students as a whole. And I'll leave you with this. This will come to pass, because the thing is people have to understand is this. Deion isn't the first great coach to coach in the HBCUs. And there's other professional athletes who are coaching within the HBCU ranks right now, like Eddie George. And what I hope people can understand is this: it's not about finding a coach every few blue moons to fix the problem. It's about building up your communities, not just your school, but your communities as a whole. That way you don't have to go and hire a once in a generation type hire like Deion Sanders. That's all. That's all I'm pretty sure both you and I are saying.
Yeah, and that's it. It really bothered my spirit, because I feel like people should have been congratulating him. They should have been thanking him. You see what I'm saying? Because who else stood up, like you said, and said something about, those young men having their names on their jerseys? How many other people stood up and said that? How many other people was brave enough to,
Most of them laughed at the players. I'm just gonna be real with you. They laugh at the players. People mock HBCU athletes every single day. They tell them that they're just playing. They tell them they're basically playing intramural sports, which is vicious for somebody to do. But that's just the reality. People can be very vicious to each other, especially black folks amongst each other. But I'm gonna leave you with this, man. I pray that Coach Sanders. Now, I pray that he finds happiness wherever he does, but I pray that someday, maybe just a few more people in the Black community can understand that the problem isn't outward, inward.
Right.
Absolutely. But I'm a new subscriber of yours.
Thank you.
I like your channel, and I just want to let you know you're doing a great job. God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you too. Have a great night. Bye-bye. That I don't know if we will ever get there. I don't know if we will ever understand. But this is not a one person thing. This is a Black community thing. And it's like we don't even appreciate the people. I didn't even know that they didn't have names on their jerseys. And, Deion Sanders says something about that. Like that alone, that right there, that alone, he was being a voice. You see what I'm saying? But why instead of sit up and, now try to call him a sellout, and drag his name through the dirt and everything, why weren't people thanking him? Parents should have been thanking him. Staff there should have been thanking him. It's a lot. He deserves that. He deserves that honor and that thanks, for real, for real. But why in the Black community can't we do that? Why can't we be those type of people? Why do my first thing wasn't he was a sellout? I'm like, okay, it's his time. It's his season. Look what he's done for 3 years. You know, the other day someone asked me, "Oh, do you think that LeBron's son should really get the deal he got?" I'm not God. It's his season. Why can't we be happy for people when it's their season? Why can't we support people when it's their season? Don't you want people to be happy for you when it's your season? Don't you want people to, clap for you? Don't you want to enjoy your season? Why can't we allow other people to enjoy their season? I feel like I feel like Deion Sanders was a blessing for 3 years there. I feel like he was a blessing. Do you know how much he's accomplished and done when he was there? And black people are sitting up here being against him, calling him a sellout. I will never understand it. What is wrong with us? What did y'all think he was gonna stay there for the rest of his life? No, no. God said it was his season. It was time to go to the next level. When at your job, don't you want to be paid what you're worth at your job? You put in all this hard work. Don't when you apply for the promotion, don't you feel like you deserve the promotion? Don't you feel like you deserve to be at the next level? Why do us as black people want people to just stay at the bottom? Why are we comfortable with our fellow black people staying at the bottom? Why aren't we comfortable with them elevating in life and doing better and being blessed and it being their season? Why aren't we okay with that? But see, what a lot of people don't understand, people don't have to do what they do. They do it because it's in their heart. They do it because that's what they choose to do. They answered the call. Nobody has to do anything for you. Those parents could have got up there and been a voice for their children, but they weren't. But they weren't. But they weren't. Come on. Come on. Y'all expect somebody to do something y'all ain't willing to do. It wasn't, it ain't always about, oh well, just because it's money. No, sometimes it's just that person's season. Sometimes it's time for them to get blessed according to their obedience. It's just time. He was in a power position. He was able to take players with him, but the black community hates him for that. Not all, but some. And this is why we in bad shape now. For real, I'm sitting up here and I'm just like, dang, it looked like every black person, for themselves. Is that how it is? Send me the memo. Somebody should have sent me the email and let me know. I would have got on here and stopped talking a long time ago, since it's every black person for themselves. And people don't respect the person that stands on the front line, or the person that speaks up, or the person that tries to bring change. Because me and so many other people like me, it's like, okay, we see these problems in the black community and we're trying to change them, but the black community is fighting back from the very people that's trying to bring change and bring a difference, and use influence and use power to try to make that change, try to do the right thing. But it's crazy because people that use their following in the wrong way, use their power in the wrong way, y'all run and support them with no question. No question. None. You'll have no problem if you try to call in, call back in. It seemed like the phone lines kind of started blowing up at the same time when I had a caller in, but the line is free and it is open. And anybody that has anything to say, you're welcome to call in. You're welcome to call in. That is the war that we are trying to avoid. It's time to work together. And I'm just sitting up here today, like, are we going to work together? Are we? Deion Sanders should have had more support than he had. But the same black people that didn't support him now want to come and say he's a sellout. That don't even sound right. Y'all know it don't sound right. Hello, caller.
Hello, how you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm good, and you? God bless you too.
Right. I joined the channel because I saw how positively you were speaking about black men like months ago.
Okay, thank you.
Right, so I was just writing in the chat that a lot of people are socialized to be dependent. And so, you know, if you're thinking that you need to depend on somebody, you're going to be mad when they don't give you that handout. And then, then another thing, and I'll speak right after this. There's like other groups of people that get handouts. So if the $5 Indians got big reparations, if the white Jews take our tax dollars and they get reparations, and when MLK is talking about cut the check and these white immigrants, they got land grants and all this stuff. And everybody else, the Afghans got their handout. And white women benefited most from affirmative action. White women benefited the most from welfare. White people in general. So all these people are getting all these handouts, so we're not getting the same handouts. So we have the same expectation that other people have to get handouts. But we know that we're not going to get the handouts from the government who steals our tax dollars and gives it to everybody else. They even charge us higher interest rates in the bank, higher interest rates when we go to buy a car, higher prices for groceries and stuff like that. And so we know that we can't get the handouts from the people who are robbing from us and giving the money to everybody else. So we are looking to get the handouts from one another, from which one of us are rich.
But and
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it.
Right. I understand what you're saying. And my thing is, I don't know how many times we're going to have this conversation about how the black community moves. We don't move the right way. You see what I'm saying? Why can't we be the type of people that see somebody, doing something positive for the black community and we back them? And we back them. We don't do that. We back people that's already rich. We buy from people that's already rich. We support people that's already rich and we make them richer. Just like I asked earlier to black women, why don't y'all shop at black owned beauty supply stores? Why don't y'all do that?
I don't get it.
You see what I'm saying? Why don't y'all do that? They will sit up here and they will talk about how black men that black women have to be the most protected. And black men treat black women so bad and this, that, and third. Why don't y'all shop at black owned beauty supply stores?
Yeah, and then with that, I always marvel at when people talk about that because I'm 40 something years old, and as long as I can remember, black men they be worshiping black women. They get killed for black women. They kill people for black women. They sell drugs for black women. They get locked up for black women. Right. All type of crazy stuff, black men, crazy stuff, black men, and won't do it for one another a lot of times, right? Mm-hmm. So like that's always that. I mean, I know people have relationships when there's like a physical violence type of thing because if you grow up in a household where you get beat, so in your mind you're thinking physical aggression to solve problems. But aside from that, black men black men worship their mom, all type of stuff. Mm-hmm. You go to church, Father's Day. Times have changed. Times are getting better.
Yeah, this right here, it kind of broke it for me. And I understand standing on the front line. I understand being the voice for certain things. I understand that. I live that every single day. And the part that really resonated with me is that people they want to criticize you, they want to judge you, but they don't even know. They don't even know how long you've been serving, how long you have been pouring. They don't know. And I'm just sitting up here like, wow, our black communities really won't sit up here and attack a black man that has poured what he didn't even have to pour. His name was already great. You see what I'm saying? His checks is going to keep coming in. This man could have minded his business. Do you understand that? He could have minded his own business. They'd be
like, maybe I don't want to help if that's how they're going to treat me after I help.
That's how I feel. And I can't sit up here and I can't front about it. That's how I feel. I felt like that when people disrespected, when people sat up there and let that girl, what's her name? Simone. Is her name Simone? I forget that girl that disrespected Martin Luther King and brought up Martin Luther King allegedly cheating on his wife. I felt like the black community should have been in an uproar when she disrespected him that way. But what did people do? People supported her even more.
Right,
People supported her even more.
Unfaithfulness with MLK because they never produced the tape. They just saying that, and we know they lied, so we don't even.
Exactly. They try to just say that he was unfaithful to his wife. Why? Because you know what I mean. Because of how he stood on the front lines for Black people. How he was a voice for Black people. He's legendary. So for a Black woman to come to the table and try to disrespect his legacy, but you know what I thought about? Because I think different. I thought about if Martin Luther King would have minded his business, baby, he would still be alive. And can't nobody take that from me. If he would have sat in his home with his family, because I'm sure it was many nights his family missed him. I'm sure his family misses him now. If he would have sat in his house and minded his business, baby, and been there for his family, he might still be alive. But our people don't even think that far. They don't even think like that. You're going to disrespect a man that paved the way before you was even born? And what Black women did was went in and supported her even more, made her a millionaire. Who's the sellout? Who's the sellout? Hello?
Yes, hello?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't. I guess that's it. I put in the chat with the voting. My way is, everybody has their own strategy. Everybody can't use the same strategy. So some people got to do the voting, right? We got that. Hakeem Jeffries is in there now. We have Wes Moore is the governor of Maryland, first Black. We have a whole bunch. Kentucky, you got to do your voting, right? You do that, but you need money and guns because there's lots of people they don't vote. They don't even have the numbers for voting, but they have money, and weapons. That's power. Cash, right? That's it. I'll let you go. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Yeah, a lot of people said about voting. I don't. Our people don't vote, and to be honest with you, yeah, we did, get a few of our people in office this time around, but also in those southern states that are still racist, that's where we should have rocked the vote. That's where we should have rocked the vote for our people. The people that still living in those southern states that are still ran by racist people. Well, I see the call, but the call ain't coming through to me. The lines are open. The lines are back open if you were trying to call in. There it goes. There goes that call. Hello, caller.
Hey, how you doing, sweetheart?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I want to let you know I've been listening to you for a while now, and I really do enjoy your content.
Thank you.
And keep preaching the truth. But one thing I want to touch on, Black people, we are so lost. I don't think there's no coming back to us. Because the simple fact is, we will go out and do some of the most provocative crap to each other. We won't help each other. We won't support each other. Hell, we would take more crap off white people than we would take off each other. If you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah. I do.
And one thing that I want to touch on with women, with Black women, where's any love? When do we get any love out here? When do we get any love? I mean, Thomas Sotomayor been saying it for ages. Black women are basically the right hand of white supremacy, and he's been saying this for years. You see what the damn girl did to Martin Luther King's legacy. You see what she did. All them damn Black women got right behind.
Yes, they did.
It's just like a club of failures. Everybody just one dummy just falling up behind the next dummy. They ain't trying to They are not trying to do nothing better. It's just a whole bunch of chaos and destruction in the black community. Because every time you turn around, one of our leaders are killed by our own.
Yeah, that's true.
And it ain't slowing down. And about the women's situation, one thing I want to touch on is protection thing to me. Protection to me is when somebody's trying to break in their house. Mm-hmm. That's when that man gonna react and protect his family. But when these women out here causing all these shenanigans and causing all these problems on their own and throwing fights, and then want to go and get that man and he ain't got nothing to do with none of this stuff. I tell men, let that girl be on her own. She the one that started all that. Let her go over there and finish it.
Yeah,
it's only right.
That's
protection to me. If I'm married to you, Sheratima, if I'm pronouncing your name right, if I'm married to you, I'm gonna do whatever I can to protect my damn family. If somebody come up in their house. But if you out there causing chaos and crap because you think everybody's scared of your boyfriend or your husband, so they give you the advantage point to move your weight around. Everybody ain't damn scared of your husband or your damn boyfriend because you might get that phone call that he didn't make it.
Right, and I'm gonna say,
I tell a lot of these women, what the fuck is protection? When you go out there and start shit with folks, that's
right. And right, and I'm gonna touch on what he said because that's true. And also us as black women, we have a responsibility too to not put our man in that type of position. Sometimes we need to go ahead and shut our mouth up. That's what we need to start doing. Cause I know too many men that have died trying to died locked up for life, trying to protect black women. He got a big point there. We need to shut up. Stop starting stuff. Stop being in the middle of stuff.
You are on your own with that. I don't feel less of a damn man to go out here and get shot for by a woman that might not even care nothing about my black head. It's just a front.
That's what it comes down to.
Because I have seen women go out and meet the best guy in the world that would give her the world and treat him like damn cast iron shit. And go out here and meet the worst damn dude that ever slid between two hairy ass legs and she'll love him. I don't get this. I really don't. That's why I thank God I'm a successful man. I own my own business. I got my own damn house. I don't have no outside children. I'm doing me right now. And so God ready to send me this queen, I'm going to wait on let God send it to me. Because a lot of this shit that's going on out here in the black community, as far as these women, it ain't looking good out here for you ladies. And I'm sorry, it ain't looking good. Don't nobody want this old ratchet ass girl, whole bunch of tattoos on her face, talk just like they did. Sad we living in a society where they let these homosexual men outwoman them. They act like full grown damn dudes. While the gay dude act ladylike. It is sad. This shit is sad. It's pathetic.
They don't want to talk about that.
But they don't want to see that part of the game. If they're right, allow us getting passports and we going to single places like Singapore, Thailand, the Philippines, the Brazil, different parts of Africa, because we tired of this stuff.
Right.
Most of us men, we just be chilling. So I had one girl tell me once upon a time, because I work a lot before I started my business. She preferred me just go out and cheat on her than just sit around the house. It was time for that motherfucker to go because she was a nut.
What?
I heard me out with her.
What?
It sounds crazy,
though. Baby. Who raised these people, baby?
That was kind of scary.
That's real scary.
That
like,
scary. I was afraid. I told this girl, you gotta go.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did.
I quit speaking. That was like 3-4 years ago. I quit speaking to his father for about 2 damn days, and I just came up with a woman call. I need you to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not happy over here. So I need you to go where you're gonna be happy at.
Yeah, and then it makes you think, was she cheating? Like, who tells somebody that they love? What? I don't even understand that. Okay.
I'm talking about we need some good ass men. Would give a lot of this stuff be going on out here with men. These women be pushing us to go do this kind of stuff. And I'm not that type of man. If I can't treat you right, I'm not gonna do you at all. I'm not even gonna even be bothered with you because I believe in energy. What you put in the atmosphere, it's coming back on you tenfold. Oh,
yes,
so
it is. Yes, it is. You're right. Yeah.
If people don't like to hear, it's like for some reason nobody. If you got any kind of dignity, any moral in the black community, you could actually consider a damn weirdo.
Yeah.
They think something wrong with you.
They don't want you to have morals and standards. For some reason, they don't want you to have it.
Yeah, they don't want you to be better than nobody else. Some folks only bond that people got with each other is when it's a struggle bond. They want you down there struggling with them. They don't want you to quote evolve in life. They thinking smoking a blunt, throwing a party. How the hell the black community gonna go vote with 24/7? The whole hood either drunk or high. It ain't making a whole lot of sense out here.
Do we really want change though? Do we in the black community? Do we really want change? I'm being real. Do we really want some type of change? Because ain't nobody helping the change.
Me and I know you. I'm saying I was shocked when you brought K Reno on live with you. I know that brother personally. Me and him personally know each other. And we talking Bob on this stuff, and that's a good brother, by the way, very intelligent dude. And me and him vibe about all kind of stuff. He said it's okay to be a sweat. It's okay not to fit in.
Right, it is.
And I tell a lot of kids up behind me that's beneath me. It's okay not to be involved, invited, included all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to just chill your ass at the house.
Yes, it is. It's safer. It's safer, baby. You hear me?
And not every time you go to somebody's house, there's always a different face in there. Because I have seen women go to bars when I was waiting tables when I was younger. They come in the bars throwing shade at each other. Neither one of them over there at that table like each other. And the minute they get a few down drinks in them all here, things are finna go left real quick.
That's how it is. Yeah, they don't even be liking each other.
Once again, it's always the man's fault. Do you follow a girl named the Filipino P? She put this same woman in her place.
I'm gonna go check it out.
The reason why black men go to the Philippines, y'all want them men over there because y'all want to get their group. Y'all are gold dealers and you want to get your green card. And she was like saying, I'm going to stop you right there. Ain't that the countercard in the C5 black? It's okay as long as you do it. Right. And a lot of us Filipinos, we are right with being in the Philippines. Because down in the Philippines, $20 down there for $1,000.
Yeah.
So we got a lot out here to work on. And then if you speak up against it, now you cooning. Now you everything is the side of God. And if a white person speak out against it, now he's racist. You can never win, especially when you get around some of my sisters. You was never gonna win with them.
That's true. I believe that.
You're never gonna win.
I believe that.
I talk with somebody that know a lot about energy, and every time I was always wondering, every time I walk in a room, why everybody sitting around looking at me crazy, and I ain't even got to know none of these people. She broke it down and told me straight up, because your vibration is so damn strong that people pick up, people that ain't worth a damn, they pick up on goodness. They pick up on it. But I thank you for the chat, and I hope I wasn't being off subject. I hope I wasn't being off subject.
It's okay.
And about Deion, Everybody talking all the crap about him. Why won't nobody go over there and help
him? They didn't help him, but they got so much to say. The same people.
So much to say to him, but why won't nobody go over there and help him?
Exactly.
Everybody got so much to say about him.
That's always a conversation. They got so much to say, but ain't nobody help them, ain't nobody go in their pocket and do nothing for them young boys. Ain't nobody do that.
And then want to talk about these damn crooked ass politicians. I tell anybody, I don't give a damn what nobody thinks. When we had Trump in office, we were good. Especially any of my truck drivers out here know what the fuck I'm talking about. We barely even moving out here. What's that name?
Shalakemia.
When Trump was in office, we was moving out here. We barely even. Somebody called me with a load. It's like they're trying to working in the truck game. $12,000, $1,200 is a lot of money. It seems like a lot of money, right? But when you got your own truck and you burn your own fuel,
right.
They talking about for $1,200 to go 1,400 miles. $1,200 in that big rig might get you 300 miles down the road. Somebody else can waste their time with that. And when Trump was finna go after everybody, he was going after the trucking industry. He was going after everybody. And when the money started sizzling in them people's pockets, they heard up and got Trump ass up out of them. But look, you see what's going on now? Uncle Joe, racist as fuck, but Trump ain't never said a damn thing wrong about black people. You know, in the early 80s, you know who everybody had to go get loans from? They had to go to Trump. But I want to know what that whole Kamala Harris doing. She don't know what she's doing. She fucked her way to the top. And that's what people don't understand. And Judge Joe Brown called her out on all of that. Thank God for just go look at some of them documentaries, some of those YouTube videos. He been called her ass out, and that dude Willie Jones is coming out with a tell-all book.
Okay, well, thank you. Listen, thank you so much for calling. And I got so many people trying to get through right now, but thank you so much. Okay, have a good night. Okay. If you was trying to call in, call back, and I got like 100 missed calls. That's okay. I just try to call back, and I'm gonna try to take as many calls as I can. But baby, but you know what? I don't be minding when people call in and they be wanting to vent, and just say what they gotta say. They do, But I just feel like it's not just Deion. I really feel like he's the example right now. It's not just him. It's so many different people that are just trying to better the Black community. But to be honest with you, I'm not gonna say it's not working, but how do you try to pour into a community and make it better, in the same community you're trying to make better tears you down? That's like every day. Like, that's just what's going on. And then people don't understand why people don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything for the community, or that quit or walk away, because it's the community. How do you help a community that's tearing you down? It doesn't make sense. Hello, caller.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. The first thing I want to say is that I want to thank you. I want to thank you for the fact that you've been on the front line for Black men for a very long time.
Thank you.
A lot of people have not done that, and you put yourself out there for us, brothers. And I just want to show my appreciation to you.
Thank you.
The second thing I want to say is the main thing that we're missing as a people is a sense of pride. We don't have a pride anymore like the way that we had in the 60s, in the 80s. We don't have that sense of pride. And because we don't have that sense of pride as a people, we don't love one another. Because if we had that sense of pride for each other and for ourselves, we would not harm our brother. We would have love for our brother. Right. Like the way we had in the 60s. '70s and the '80s.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we don't have that no more. When was the last time we seen anybody uh, put up the fist? When was the last time we did that? We don't do that no more. That's why
Right.
it's so. That is why it's so easy for us to pick up a gun and harm our own people.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's really sad. And on top of that, we're mad at Deion for what he did, but we do the same thing. We go to white colleges. We
Yeah.
go to white restaurants.
Yes, we
We
do.
buy, we buy foreign cars, European cars.
They
We
buy
buy
name brand clothes, but ain't mad at that.
foreign clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything white. When you
Yeah.
think about it. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to weed, black women should be running that industry. But what do? We go to the Asians. The Asians don't even like us like that. We go to the Asians and we put money in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? We don't let the money circulate in our own community. And this is why we are at the bottom as a people. The
Mm-hmm.
Jews, they prosper because their money stays within their community. We don't do that. We take our money and we
Yeah.
send it out to different communities. That's why those communities are flourishing because
Yeah.
we take our money and spend it on them when
Yeah.
we should be taking our money and building our community. We
Right.
don't do it. And
Right.
another thing that we have to do as as people, as as black people, is stop telling our children to be basketball players and stop telling our children to be singers and to be rappers. They can be more than that.
Yeah.
Okay? They can be more than that. We need our children to design cars. You know what I mean? There was only one black man that came close to designing a car, and I
Mm-hmm.
believe his last name was Patterson. I believe his last name was Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that we as black people, we need to encourage our children to be more than those things because we need, you know, we need people to do these different things.
Yeah.
We need our children to do different things, not just be basketball players and
Yeah.
and and sports icons and rappers and singers and stuff like that. No,
That's
we need them
true.
to be astronauts. We need them to be designers. We
Yeah.
need them to do other things. You know what I mean? There's so much money that comes from the black community. We should have black schools. We should have black banks.
Sure
We
should.
should have so many things that are black owned. Why can't we have another black Wall Street? Why can't we do that?
Right.
What?
And look how they drag LeBron. Look how they drag LeBron. LeBron didn't just, you know, get rich off of his gift, and he created a school. Like
Yeah,
it's sad. Like I just think back of how he created that school. He didn't just create a school. He got jobs for the parents. And our community still hated this man.
and that, and that,
How can
and
you
that,
hate somebody like that?
I think the reason is there are three different types of black men, in my opinion. There are three different types of black men.
Mm-hmm.
There's the African American man, there is the nigger, excuse my language, and then there's the coon. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to return to being African American people, to where we have a sense of pride. That's that's what I think we're missing is a sense of pride as people loving one another. We had
Yeah.
that in the 80s, in the 70s, and the 60s. But now all we have is pure hate for one another. I
Yeah.
mean, when you think about it, I believe, and I'm paraphrasing it, Tupac said that, um, why should he worry about the white people when it's his own people that's killing his own country? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you look at what Nipsey did, when you look at what Young Dolph did, and,
Mm-hmm.
and still killed them, we still killed them. We did that thing to it. We are the ones that
Yeah.
are doing
The people, the very people, like it's like you can't want the community. You can't. It's like me. I see the shape that the black community is in. You see what I'm saying?
it.
And I take a back seat to, you know, my dreams and my goals that I have for myself. And I say, let me pour my gift into the Black community. I know how powerful my voice is. You see what I'm saying? But I'm a be honest right now, though. I'm gonna be honest right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no problem standing up to, Black women. I don't have no problem with that. You know, um, but I feel like a lot of other people feel. I stand on the back, I stand on the front line, but the support ain't there. And I have to be honest. This is my own experience, though. And the support is it's not there. I went live the other day. I told somebody, I said I'm an advocate for domestic violence. I had a woman call me telling me she needed to get out of the situation. Like everybody knows, I have my own situation right now. You feel what I'm saying? But I still help this woman. And in return, she didn't even need the help.
I think it's like I said, it all goes back to pride and loving your people because people can say whatever they want about Kevin Samuels. In my opinion, he was trying to help our people.
He was.
That's opinion.
He was.
Have a different opinion, but to me, he was trying to help our people.
He was.
And even in death, people drag his name. That brother was just trying to help people. He was trying to help Black families come back together.
Yeah. And being real about what's really going on. And like the one thing he said with the Black women get mad, they got mad when he touched on about, having a lot of kids and this, that, and the third. We need to normalize telling.
Constructive criticism is not a bad thing.
Right. Bingo. Bingo.
Where he is now, if he didn't accept constructive criticism, he took it. And look what it made him be.
Right.
Constructive criticism is not a bad thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the way I look at it is if you love somebody or if you care about somebody, you're not gonna let them fall. You're gonna show them
exactly.
And that's what I think Kevin was trying to do. But what do? Drag him.
Yeah. Yeah. And, everybody.
There was a brother that came on the line and he said something about Black women siding with white men. It's kind of true because in today's generation, right, the Black woman has become the second oppressor.
Absolutely.
To the Black man.
Absolutely. Absolutely, they have.
Go on YouTube and drag Black men. You never see Hispanic women go on YouTube to do that. You never see Asian women go on YouTube.
Never.
White women go on YouTube to do that. To drag their own men down. Now, every man from every race has done things like being abusive, cheating. Every man from every race has done that. Yeah. But you never those women go on YouTube to degrade their own men of their race. You never see them do that.
They don't.
We need to return to love as a people. We need to learn how to have pride as a people and love one another. And that's my opinion. You know what I mean? We need to learn how to have that love for each other again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Because the route that we're going, we're committing genocide against each other. Yeah. In word, and in action.
They'll get it. You know what? They will get it when there's nobody to stand on the front line anymore. They'll get it when no one is speaking up. They'll get it because I'm gonna tell you, that's where a lot of people are going. I've had people tell me I'm trying to, do what I can do in the Black community, but Black people don't support what I do. So they are about to cater to white people.
Support, but they should mimic what you're doing.
Support and mimic, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that.
It's like passing the mantle, passing the torch. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the problem. You know what I mean? And the thing that bothered me the most was I just heard that a sister disrespected MLK. If it wasn't for our leaders, would we have the freedom that we have today?
Exactly.
Would we be able to get on Greyhound? Would we be able to go in a restaurant? with
Exactly.
other races, would we be able to vote?
Right. That's how backwards we are. But I'm gonna tell you, black women, when she did that, black women made her a millionaire. They made her a millionaire. They made the woman that sat up here and disrespected her podcast is up there in numbers, and they made her a millionaire. If that doesn't speak volumes to people, I don't know what does. I could never disrespect people that paved the way and sacrificed for us. I couldn't do that.
I think that we're cancer to our own people,
That's true. That's
and
true.
everything has to come back to having a sense of pride and loving each other. I mean, when you think about it, we have more love for the ones that oppressed us than we have for our own people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I want to thank you for calling in. Thank you so much. I want to try to get as many people on here as I can, but I appreciate your words. I really do.
Okay. Be
Okay.
blessed, sister.
Thank you. You too. Have a good evening. I miss this so much. I miss, being able to have these conversations. I miss, people being able to call in. I miss this. I really, really do. I really miss it. These conversations are like so needed. They're so needed. They're so needed because us and I feel like we're the only community living backwards. We're living backwards. Why can't we be the kind of people that appreciate like back in the day when Martin Luther King was doing what he was doing? There were people that supported him. There were people that took their money and backed him. Aretha Franklin was one of them. She backed him. Hello, caller.
Hello, old Simon. Timmy. This you, girlfriend.
Yes. Hello, how are you?
I am London. Oh, I am so excited to talk to you because you speak my language.
Oh.
You speak my language. And what you touching on today is big time my language. I understand where you coming from, but what I had touched earlier, the problem in the black community is the people in the black community.
Yeah.
And I know this for a fact, girl. I am 51 years old, and the black community I grew up in, all they did was they dogged me for being dark. They dogged me for being big, my nose being big, and you know what I mean, just whatever they could. I was like, I'm black in the community. I grew up facing all of that abuse and all that from most black folks, especially black females.
Yeah.
Black females. And then they made black men, black boys hate me. You know what I mean? I was too black, so I was picked on for being too black. And then when I grew up, I always wanted better. I had better. You know what I mean? I thought I strived for everything I got, and I poured back into the community.
Yeah.
But as I poured back into the community, they sucking me dry.
Yeah.
They taking from me. They lying to me. They breaking in my home. They're not supporting my businesses. I'm giving them jobs, and here they want me to pay bills and do all this other stuff, give them loads of money up front so they can come do the work. And it's like, well, wait a minute, you don't do that for the other folks. And I got a legitimate business where you get a paycheck that comes in the mail. You know what I mean? And you got benefits and everything. I mean, my business was so laid out that they thought it was a white person's business, and I was working for them. I said, no, this is mine. You know, because our community had enough black businesses. You know, and where I'm from, all the black businesses was run down. You know, they should have been closed, pretty much. So they took it out on me. I mean, it was like they hated me. I had guns put in my head. They come to the suburbs where I live and rob me. So I spent my entire life trying to get my own people to love me. Even my parents, you know, my family, my blood, people of my color to love me. I'm pouring into this community that is just siphoning the life out of me.
Yeah.
There were days that I just crawled in my bed and I wish I was dead. And I wanted to die so bad. And one night, I think I was like 48 years old at that time. One night, God spoke to me and He says, "It's time for you to go. It's time for you to go. Your parents are taking your parents home. It's time for you to go, and let me." And I got myself together and I couldn't tell nobody I was leaving because nobody wanted me to see, but nobody wanted me to go because they needed me. And God got me out of there undercover. I left everything. I took only what I could carry.
Right.
And God got me, took me one place, and that place took me somewhere else, and I'm right where God wants me. I'm in ministries now, and everything. I mean, my life has changed completely. I came home from church today, girlfriend, and I was drunk off the Holy Spirit. I thought the anointing would die down after a few hours. I tried to sleep it off. I woke up drunk. And I don't know if anybody knows about being drunk in the spirit, but let me tell you, it's real. It's so. And what I want to say about what you're doing, I admire you.
Thank you
for what you're doing, and I realize you're gonna take a lot of hits, baby girl. But let me tell you something. You're on point. You are on point. And what's going on right now is the major problem is that the way it has been designed by the government, the powers that be, the dark forces, what they have done was they have empowered the Black woman and encouraged them from the beginning to get rid of the Black man out of the household. That's what they do with that whole welfare state. Well, you know, if you got kids, here's some money, but as long as the Black man ain't in the household with you. And I remember growing up with girlfriends, people I went to school with, living with their mama. Yeah, I'm gonna have this baby, and then I'll be getting X amount of dollars from welfare, and I'll be able to get this apartment here and there. And they're already planning.
Yeah, because they're taught that. They're taught to live in poverty.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The government, this whole system that they done adopted, which the thing that they actually have going on is we are addicted. They have the Black community addicted to the most powerful drug there is, and that's dependency. That's what it is. They got us addicted to dependency. You know, generations of people on welfare, generations of people having babies just so that they can move up in the world. You know, and then they got this whole child support ring, master ring going. Because trust me, it's a master ring they got going. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And what they need to do now, women need to smarten up and come back to God. We need God back in our homes.
They need it.
We need to be first in our life, first for our children, our family. If you got them, here's something for you. And I want you to go ahead and blow this one up. You ever notice how you see them Black women going like, yeah, ain't no good Black men out there. Ain't no good out there. Let me tell you something, sister. There are plenty of good Black men out there. You want to know what?
Plenty of them.
I know a lot of them. And yeah, they are single. I mean, most of them, they are single. You know why those women can't find no good Black men?
Because they ain't good.
Black men looking for them. They hiding.
Exactly. They ain't good Black women. So how you complaining? They ain't good Black women, and they know that because it's an evil and you know what I said here earlier, and God put in my spirit, right? I was saying here earlier, and I'm like God, something ain't right. Hold up, something ain't right. These Black women hate me because I don't hate Black men, right? They complain about Black men, right? But they the ones sitting up here scheming and scamming against my business. They the ones sitting up here buying from me and then disputing with their bank. So basically y'all stealing from me. Y'all the one toxic. Y'all the ones. It ain't these Black men, it's them. When I say they already told me that when I put my book out, they was going to boycott it. The day I put Black men only out, do you know that they said that TikTok said it goes against community guidelines?
Mm-hmm.
They banned black men only link off of TikTok.
Right. When you speak the truth, when you dropping truth bombs, sister, you dropping some major truth bombs. You dropping the kind of stuff that you know. See, I'm just like you. I'm in the same boat as you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
People like us can't drop those truth bombs because the minute we do, we're a traitor to our race. We
Mm-hmm.
forgot where we came from. Who do we
Mm-hmm.
think?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They see us as the enemy. You know how black families is? Oh, you keep your mouth shut about that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody about image. They about image. It's like, wait a minute. This ain't no secret. We all know it. It ain't like it's a secret. It ain't a secret.
Right. Right.
You know, but it's wrong for us to say something about it. Let me tell you what. Your book is going to do wonders. It's going to do a great one. It's going to reach some really good people, and they're going to move that book. God's got a purpose for you. You're on the right path, and I see Him doing wonderful things through you and
Mm-hmm.
for you. I
Thank
truly
you.
do see it. And I'm telling you right now, those people who want to ban your book, guess what? I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't buy one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure, they listen to that was my book that they was talking about when I was promoting How to Love a Black Man. I didn't even put it out there. I didn't even publish, that. And I put out my little motivational audio, Black Men Only, and they attacked it immediately. If y'all could just see on the back end how many times it was reported, how many times it was reported on the back end. And I'm sitting up here like, God, something ain't right. These black women that sitting up here talk about men ain't nothing, men are toxic, men are this, men are that. It's not men attacking my business. It's black women. It's not black men.
Yes, black women, girlfriend. I'd be like leaving messages, commenting on all your videos. And every time I tell you it's a black woman, we the one that did it. Do you realize that in the very beginning when there was Adam and Eve was a little deceptive. Eve was the one that conned Adam into eating the apple. The hand of us, the cradle rules the world. We're the ones. We're the reason that these men are messed up. Okay, we messed them up by kicking their fathers out because we wanted to check. We messed up by not keeping God first. We messed up in our relationship, and with these kids not having fathers and everything, we have messed these boys up before they even became men. Yeah. And then we want to talk about how they dogs and all that stuff. Yeah. And then it's like, well, wait a minute, how did you treat his father? He watched you treat his daddy like a dog.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? That's true.
We are shaping and molding them, and then the mothers, black mothers, when they're raising their sons on their own, they use manipulation. They use manipulation to keep them, to get them to do what they want. Then you got these mothers that are so doggone masculine. They like to talk about how, I walked up on her porch and I dragged her daughter out and I did this and that. And then you wonder why a black man don't want you. Mm-hmm. He want a feminine woman. He want somebody who gonna wake up in the morning before him, make sure he got his breakfast made, his lunch for work, gonna tell him, hey, baby,
mm-hmm. Listen to him. Yeah, all that good stuff. I'm going to tell you. Go ahead.
And they don't want to do that. But see, when they done got used up and all, and don't nobody want them now, they looking for that man that was a good man that they passed up. And I'll give you them now. Yeah, you and your 6 kids by 4 or 5 babies, different fathers. You want to bring all that baggage. And then when you get with him, you want to bring the roaches with you. When I say your roaches, I just mean the dirt, all the gunk and the vileness that you have gathered and you have soaked in over that time. Because none of that stuff is shedded. Whoever you were then, you still are now, just only more intensified. You know what I mean? These are people that if you see them 10 years from now, they still messing with the same people. They still hanging with the same crowd. They still living the same way. They still got
the same way. Mm-hmm.
Level. doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome, and that's 10 years later. Yeah. Am I hitting any notes with you?
Yeah, no, you definitely are. And one thing I want to also point out, that a lot of black women, all black women aren't like that though. I know some amazing ones, but I'm gonna tell you, a lot are toxic. A lot of them are toxic. And that's what was put in my spirit today. I'm sitting up here like these are black women attacking me. These ain't black men. But black men are so bad. No, these are black women attacking me because I don't hate black men. You see what I'm saying? And just like when I put out my video, right? And then, like I told black women, I said I'm talking to the black women that I said I know that black women ain't sitting up here trying to sit up here and I'm not and downplay that other black women are toxic. They call children and youth on y'all, get your kids taken away. They call rental offices and welfare and tell them y'all got a man living with y'all. Come on, we gonna sit up here and keep brushing it under the rug like these things ain't happening. Because they happening right before our eyes. You will never imagine how many black women came to me and told me another black woman trying to get their kids taken away. Ain't had nothing to do with a black man. A black woman. We got to stop being toxic, miserable, in competition. You see what I'm saying? We got to stop running around trying to be men. No, it's not. That's not how we supposed to move.
Yeah, but sister, can you tell me where has this come from? Because for the life of me, I can't figure where it comes from. Because I don't get jealous of my sisters if I see you driving. And you know what your success means to me. Your success empowers me. It says to me, you know what? If Charlotte Kim can get there, I know I can.
That's how I look at it.
The possibilities for my own life. Okay, I don't take it as a threat. Right. It's a come up for me. It's power.
Right. But those same black women compete with black men too, sis. They don't just compete with us. But see, this is what other black women don't talk about. They'll try to make it seem like black men is the problem all the time. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's not it. A black woman, I used to live in the neighborhood. They would be so mad. Another woman, had a black man. They doing the family thing. They were running call the office and be like, oh, she got a man living with her. This, that, and the third. It be your own neighbors, the ones you sit and ha and laugh with. That's jealous of your life. They are a big part of the toxic in the black community. Can't nobody tell me no different.
That's what it is. It's jealousy. But why?
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's the part that I do not understand. I know it's jealousy.
They're programmed. They're programmed to be jealous. Then they try to get in a relationship with a black man and compete with him or think they gonna boss him around and disrespect him. No, black men ain't going for that no more. That's no. And they don't have to deal with that. And they don't have to accept any of that. I'm all for a black man being with a black woman. I am. But I got to sit up here and say a lot of black women have nasty ass attitudes. Excuse my language. It's nasty. Other black women don't even want to be around other black women. They will tell you, I'd rather be friends with somebody of another race because of the way the black women sit up and act.
Exactly. I'm with you on that one. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something that I really didn't want to tell nobody, but this is the God's honest truth. I got saved when April this year, April the 25th. I got saved. I gave myself to God.
Okay.
Got baptized in the Holy Spirit, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And through my deliverance, about, I'd say a couple months afterwards, through my deliverance, God showed me a part of me that I didn't even realize.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a hatred for black people and didn't even know it. It was deep within me. It was deeply rooted within me, and I had no idea. Now, there was black people that I stayed away from, that I didn't like, in class, and those were the type of people that hurt me and took advantage of me when I was, the people, the type of men that raped me, and the type of women who molested me, whatever would happen to me, it was those type of people that I had issues with. But I didn't really you know, I didn't realize I hated my parents. I didn't realize I hated my blood family, and and it's all due to what they did to me. And I had no idea because it was so deeply rooted. And God doing the work in me, and He brought that up and gave me a revelation of it, and I just broke down and I cried and I cried. And I said, forgive me, because if you hate anyone, anybody you hate, you have committed murder. And that's in the scripture. If you hate your brother, murder him. And I just cried. It hurt me so bad that I could have a hate. The hate could be so deep rooted, and I not even know about it. About my own people. So I called my pastor up and I said, God just showed me this. I said, what do I do? And I was so upset and hurt with myself. I mean, I couldn't stand myself afterwards. And she said, this is what we're going to do. Do you know I have to ask God to hide me in His love and to exchange my hate for Black people, and those are my own family. I'm talking about my blood, Black. To exchange my hate, my hatred, my feelings for revenge and resentment towards them, to exchange it with His love for self. I had to ask God to give me the love for my own. And I'm sorry to say that, and I know people are going to be mad at me about this. They probably going, oh, that she, that traitor, hater. Yeah, we knew you was a traitor, hater. No, that was done to me from the minute I was a child. That was done to me. And it was so deep that I wasn't even aware of. God showed me that months after I got saved.
That's powerful.
So I'm going to ask everybody listening, please understand that it was something that I didn't know about, that God showed me that, and I did ask Him to give me that. And He took what I felt deep inside, and He gave me His love to Black, those of my bloodline. And I had Black everything, still do. People I love. It was just a certain time. And God helped me with that. But imagine imagine the fact that I had to do that. Imagine the fact that Black people themselves, females are the reason all of this started. The female caused that kind of hurt and pain and anger and resentment into a starting as a child, that they have to ask God for the love to exchange it with. You know what I mean? So don't tell me Black people and especially Black women, don't tell me that they are not doing a number, that we as Black women are not doing a number on our own people.
Because we are. We
are. You know, not all of us, but I'm just saying we as Black women, period. You know what I mean? Not everybody, but we as a Black females, we need to embrace each other. We need to help each other. We need to be able to accept the truth. And the truth hurts when it comes from your own. And people can't take that. And those, not the strong people. Strong people, they're strong mentally and emotionally. And the weak people are strong physically. So that's why you see the people who get physical, they're weak mentally and emotionally. So they respond physically. That's how we can handle anything. And that's our problem. It's called ignorance. And it's passed down from generation to generation. They pass down that ignorance, laziness, and stuff, man. And nobody wants to do the leg work. They don't want to Google nothing. They want to read a book. When's the last time you read a book? I can ask anybody that I know, they're like, it always goes back to school. And I can tell you, I read a book. I don't know, I probably read about 7, 8 books a month. Of course, they're all, religious books, but
but you still,
I'm saying,
you still read though. But I think your testimony was so powerful, and it was something that a lot of people need to hear. I just hope that we can get better as people, because I'm gonna tell you right now, God is pulling people back. God is pulling people back, and people aren't even seeing it and aren't even understanding. Because I'm gonna tell you, I felt like that. I'm sitting up here feeling like, dang, if people could disrespect Martin Luther King and his legacy and everything he did, who am I? Who is Shalakia? You see what I'm saying? Like, who's going to continue? Because it seems like in the Black community, it's everybody for themselves, because we're not supporting each other. But I do want to thank the people that do support my channel. I want to thank the people that sold into my channel tonight, and everybody that bought an audio book or something off my website. Like, I appreciate you, so much. But it's like, it hurts when you pour your all, into your community, which you feel like you're pouring because you want your people to be better. That's what I want. I want my people to be better. But how do you save a people that don't want to save themselves?
Exactly. You can't.
You can't keep doing. You can't do that.
What did they do to Jesus? Jesus was even wanting his own people, his own home from where he comes from.
Yeah.
The things they do to people like us who want to tell the truth, who want to put it out there, who's trying to lift and stack up. You know what I'm saying? People like, we ain't welcome in our own home. We ain't welcome by our own folks. Our own folks come at us. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, well, woe is me. But that stuff don't get me down. Because you know why? God gave his only begotten son. Look what they did to him. They killed him. They murdered him. And that's what it was. They killed him.
Yeah.
His own people.
And I can't, I can't front. I really can't. I have to always be real. Going through this situation, going through the season that I've been in, it's been one of the downest seasons. I have to be honest. It's been my downest season. Yes, I've been standing on my faith, and I've been strong. I've had my moments. But this season right here has shown me, that people will say, Shalakimia, I support you, you know what I mean, this, that, and the third. But God will put you in a position where you really need support, and only a few will show up for you. And that's what I learned in this season. I have to be honest. I learned that. God knows how passionate I am about the Black community. But I also have to be humble, and I also have to be real with me. People are doing what's best for them. You see what I'm saying? And then expect people like me, people like Deion Sanders, you know what I mean? People like Ice Cube, so many people that, try to do stuff, people like LeBron, they expect us to continue to stand on the front line and pour our everything, into it. And we get nothing in return. We get nothing, absolutely nothing, nothing in return. You see what I'm saying?
Get ridicule. You get something, you quit, you get ridicule.
Thank you, Igor. Exactly. And it's like people don't know the suffering that I'm going through in this season. They don't know the suffering I'm going through, but I'm still trying to stand on the front line. For what? People that won't stand on the front line for me. You see what I'm saying? As long as I stood on the front line, I feel like this is how I feel, right? I feel like, because this is what I do for other people. People that are inspirational to me on social media, if they're doing something, I support it. You know why? Because there's been a moment where I felt down and out. You see what I'm saying? There's been a moment that their video or their post poured into me. You see what I'm saying? And if they're selling a book, if they're selling a digital product, they have a class, that's my opportunity to pour back into them, because they are a gift from God to me.
Amen.
You see what I'm saying? But people don't. I expected, when I dropped Black Men Only, I expected every single Black man that followed me to get it. That's what I expected. That's what I expected. I expected that. You see what I'm saying?
In the past to bless you, that He has God. You know what? I thank you, Heavenly Father, right now that you have placed those in her past, Charlotte, in the past, that you would have her blessed and that you would have blessed her. I thank you, Heavenly Father, right now in the mighty name of Jesus, that you are putting a cloak of invisibility around her against her enemies so that they cannot see her, they cannot find her, they cannot harm her. I thank you, Heavenly Father, for the work that you are doing with Charlotte. I thank you for all the people that you are reaching through Charlotte, that you are using her like the key to reach the people that other people cannot reach, but she is in a class of her own. I thank you, Heavenly Father, for the blessings that you have bestowed her. I thank you, Heavenly Father, for the mantles that you have set for her, that you are going to place on her. I thank you, Heavenly Father, right now for the double portion of anointing over her life, over her health, over her finances, over her business, over her career, over her family, over her home, and all her belongings. I thank you, Heavenly Father, right now that you have poured out your favor all over her. And I thank you, Heavenly Father, for the weight of your glory upon her. We thank you, Heavenly Father. We love you. We bless you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen, amen, amen. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. It's okay. Thank you. No, I really appreciate that. But I'm learning. I'm just learning and looking at the situation, with Deion Sanders and so many other people. I'm like, dang, like the Black community wants you to pour your everything in for nothing. For nothing. Like we don't have families, like we don't have things to do. You know what I mean? Like it's sad. It's sad, but you know what? God is moving people. God is moving people, and let me tell you something, he will remove the very people we do not appreciate.
Amen. Or he will remove the people that he has sent there that she ain't appreciating.
Yeah. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Absolutely. Yes, he will.
Ooh, girl, you got God with you, and you got the Holy Spirit, and I'm telling you, I could just feel it. There's an anointing over you, over your life, and God is using you, and He is going to bless you. Everything that you need, you are going to always have. This money, you're going to always have the money. Whatever it is, you're always going to have it, because every prayer that you pray, you already know about it before praying, and there's already wheels in that prayer has already been answered. You just got to catch up to it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Because if you think about it, when have you not had what you needed when you needed it?
Right.
When's the last time?
Do you remember? Right. No, I believe that. I believe that. I also believe that we have to be in seasons, like I'm in now. We have to. We have to. We just have to go through certain things so we wake up and so we learn. We have to do those things. We have to. But I thank you. I hope we get to talk soon. The line is like blowing up, but I hope we get to talk soon. Message me and I'll message you my number back so we can keep in touch.
Most definitely will. You take care. God bless.
Okay, you too. God bless you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. If you were trying to call in, call back in. I'm gonna try to take a few more calls. We need to thank you and everybody. Thank you, eGroove. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate that. I hope that we go in a different and more positive direction after this. It's not going to be good if the people that God put on the front line are pulled back. It's not going to be good. And I'm gonna tell you something. If we don't start supporting each other, we're gonna find ourselves in situations where we wished that we would have appreciated that person. We wish we would have supported them, that we wished that we would have did that. Because when God places someone somewhere and you don't appreciate them, he will move them. He will move them. We have to understand certain people have the knowledge and the wisdom and the know-how that we need as people to get us through, and we're not appreciating that. There's no good thing in tearing each other down. There's no good thing in competing with each other. There's no way that you can pour into the Black community, the same community that's tearing you down. There's no way you can do that. and your energy be the same towards that community, you cannot do it. Appreciate the people that God has sent with the powerful voices and the know-how, because we're not doing that. We're not doing that. A lot of us, say, we believe in God and we sold out for God and going to church every Sunday, but you can't even realize or understand when God has sent someone. When God has sent someone. It's so many times I felt like Noah. Noah in the ark, when Noah was telling everybody, and people thought Noah was crazy. Why? Because Noah ain't have on no suit. Why? Because Noah ain't have on name brand clothes and shoes. Why? Because Noah didn't have no blinged out chain around his neck. But God used him to save people. He used Noah to build an ark. And people was watching. Listen, people watched Noah build the ark. Nobody helped Noah build the ark, knowing that it was going to benefit everybody. Nobody did. Noah built that ark on his own, and everybody jumped on it when the storm came. I appreciate, everybody, Gina. They come running when the rain came. Yeah, well, Gina, I hope they got umbrellas. I hope they got umbrellas, because I don't know, where God is taking me now. I know I'm about to walk into a new and greater season. I don't know if God's going to have me stand on the front line anymore. I don't know that. I don't know which way he's going to take me. But I'm not going to be where I'm not appreciated and valued anymore. I'm not going to be where my own people, the same people I'm standing up being a voice for, are the same people that try to drag my name through the dirt, attack my business, report my page. No, I will not. I will not. But I thank y'all so much for tuning in with me. Thank you, everyone that got one of my audios. I appreciate your support. Everybody that supported tonight. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I value, many of y'all. Have a great night.